never. Oh man.
So are you going to do it right
Nah, nah. First of all, man, I like to thank God for one for blessing me with the opportunity to come back and be a part of a great organization, and also be a part of another great organization in Seattle. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, but that's part of the business, and I'm very thankful to be back. You know, and just wanted to get that out the way, and whatever y'all want to ask me.
Does it almost feel like you've never left?
Yeah, sort of. Except for all the new stuff I hear Mr. Kraft has put out in the parking lot. That stuff wasn't here when I was here. I mean, all the hotels. What is this, a mall now? Strip mall. You got a cinema. It's a lot of stuff. I think it's a lot of great things that's going on around here. That's pretty new. So, but it feels pretty good though.
How do you feel about being reunited with Tom out there?
It feels good. You know, still going through a lot of things. Today was pretty rough for me, a lot of traveling. You know, I've been on, 2-3 flights, less than 72 hours. So coach is helping me feel through, you know, Tom throwing a lot of stuff at me as usual. And I'm just taking in everything as much as I can.
Is the offense much different?
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different, but, you know, some of the concepts and stuff are still the same. I still remember some plays. The crazy part, they didn't call those plays today, so the ones I remember, I thought I can just really get in there, but they didn't call those plays. You know, coach had to pretty much fill me in before I ran in practice.
Expect on Sunday, though, that you'd be able to, take part, participate?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I'm showing Coach Belichick enough, you know, today, and I know it's going to be a little bit more tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. And, you know, he makes that decision.
How different are you as a player now than when you were playing?
A lot more knowledge. I understand the game of football. I truly understand the game and how to study people, how to study guys, my opponent. I think my first 4 years here, I was just playing off all athleticism. And I was getting away with it for a little bit. It was a couple games here and there back in the past. But I think now I understand how to sit down and break down the film and watch my opponent.
Julian Edelman said he studied you this offseason
Yeah.
from the few years that you were here.
Yeah.
Even though you're coming in the middle of the season, you think you can be a good influence on some of these younger guys?
I'm going to try my best. I think my job is just to come in. I'm just a piece of the puzzle. I'm not the answer to nothing. I'm just a piece of the puzzle. I think these guys, you know, have already been stitched in stone with the things that they're doing. You know, Coach Belichick has been running the ship the same way, straightforward. You know, you get in, do your job, and that's that, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's still kind of cool to know that he was kind of looking at what you did back in the past, not even knowing that you were going to be.
Nah, I don't think he was looking at that. You know, I just think the opportunity presented itself, and they took another shot at it.
What was your reaction, Deion, when you went into the locker room, got to your locker, and it was right next to Tom Brady?
It wasn't. I don't think it was me looking for the locker, see where my locker was. I just think me looking at some of the old faces and some of the new faces. You know, seeing how a lot has changed in the locker room from the time that I left to now. Still seeing guys like Kevin Falk, you know, put a smile on my face. Matt Light, Dan Copen, you know, and always Tom. And, you know, seeing veteran guys like Big Warren, Fred Taylor. These guys that just, you know, these guys want to win. And I'm just very thankful to be here.
Where you walked up to practice with Tom?
Exactly.
What was that walk?
A lot of schooling, going over a lot of plays, you know, and he was just pretty much throwing it at me. You know, and I say about 10 minutes on the field, he came back with the same plays just to see, you know, make sure he's tuning me up right now. So I think we're moving pretty fast. Hopefully we can just show it on the field in practice.
Do you feel like you're replacing
That's the first thing I want to let you all know. I'm not here to replace Randy. You know, I'm not Randy Moss. I wasn't Randy Moss when I was here, and I'm not here to replace him. My job is to go out, do what the offense asks of me to do, and that's what I'm going to do.
When Randy was traded, do you think, hey, maybe I really got a better chance of coming back here?
Not really. Not really. I didn't. Not at the time. But like I said, I think the opportunity presented itself, and then they took a shot at it, and it worked.
People have brought your name up with trades here before, but did it ever realistically cross your mind that you would ever come back here?
I thought last year more than this year, actually. Probably the year before that, too. No, but I actually thought probably last year a little bit more, being that there was a lot of things going on back in Seattle last year. Not this season, but last year. You know, with Mr. Ruskell getting ready to step down, a lot of stuff started happening. So I thought that the guys were probably going to start making changes, and I actually thought I was going to be one of the guys, but I wasn't, and stayed there, and then everything was cool.
Going back 4 years when you first left, did you ever think that was a possibility that you'd ever be back here?
I don't know. It's hard to say in this business. You know, what happens. I'm pretty sure they probably asked Moss the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff happens during the course of the time you're playing this game. You just have to take it with a grain of salt and keep moving. You know, and understand, hey, you got to be straightforward and approach the game that way, and know that, you know, things can happen, and there will be changes on every team every year, period. So I'm not an exception. You know.
What's your relationship been like with Tom since you left? Is he someone that you see, visit often, talk to often?
No, we just pretty much kept in contact, you know, phone call, texts. Only time we got the opportunity to see each other was pretty much during the Super Bowl times, the times that you all wasn't in it. when the Patriots wasn't playing, then I get the opportunity to see him. You know, other than that, and, you know, him not shooting all these commercials and stuff, I had the opportunity to see him. But other than that, it was just phone calls and texts.
When Randy was traded, I'm sorry, when Randy was traded to Minnesota, he said he felt like he was back home.
Right.
Does that feel the same way that you're back home?
Right. I do have that feeling, and it'll really set in probably, you know, game day. You know, just to be back here, especially with this guy and with this team, you know, under the same coach that brought me in. Pretty much this staff is pretty much still the same, except for a couple guys here and there. I do feel like I'm back at home. Yes, sir.
To make this trade happen, did you have to adjust, or are you willing to adjust your contract?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple things that's probably going to be talked about. That'll be the dealings with my agent and organization. But I'm willing to make some things work.
Make any attempt to try to get your old number back?
Nah, you know, I think Wes came in and did a great job. He deserved it. I'm just going to get a number higher, one number higher than his, since I'm taller than him. So that'll work.
What do you think of this group of receivers? Any of them were here when you were here last?
None. Nobody was here. And like I said, that's part of the business. They found a way to get the job done. I think when you have a quarterback at such a time, you can do a lot of things. You know, they just got to make sure you put the right guys in the right place, and you just follow this guy lead, man. He won't lead you in the wrong direction.
Why didn't it work out the way you hoped in Seattle? Was it mostly injury related?
A lot of things happen. You know, I don't think it had anything to do with injuries. It can be, who knows, it can be personnel decisions. Like I said, just part of the business. That's the way things spin. I think both sides agreed to it on a decision, and it was made. You know, I'm very thankful, like I said, to be a part of that organization in the past, and they're going to do great things. You know, I think Mr. Snyder and Coach Carroll, they're shaping that team up to be going in the right direction.
The way you left here, was there any hard feeling even for a short period of time?
Nah, no regrets. I mean, I wish it never happened, but no regrets. You know, like when I left, it wasn't no issues between me and Coach Belichick, none at all. You know, we talked during the course of the year, not a lot, but I spoke to him, you know, and I truly thanked him. But it was nothing. We didn't leave on a bad note, and I think that's why it was so easy to return, you know, because we both understood what was going on.
Is that because you rather separate business from football?
Exactly. Just like I have to be able to separate football when I go home with my family. You have to find a way to make that happen, and we did that. I think the big thing, it wasn't a personal issue. I wasn't mad at Coach. He wasn't mad at me. We just couldn't come to an agreement, and that stuff happens.
Final question. Have you sold your house, Deion, or did you?
Man, I just sold it, and I just told my wife, like, man, as soon as I sell the condo, now I'm back.
When did you sell it?
Last year. Actually, Derek Burgess was living in it for a minute, and then I sold it. Yeah. Why you laughing? But yeah, Derek was staying in it for a minute, and then he left. I sold it, and then a couple months later, I'm back. So now we fishing. My wife is. I'm not doing nothing. Hey, thank you all.